Okay, so everybody should be looking at page 273. Okay, the directions say round to the given place. Zari, number 1 is the number 85,888, and it says to round to the nearest 10,000. Which digit is in the 10,000s place?
The 8.
Which 8? The first one, the second, the third, or the fourth?
The first.
The first. So that means we circle the digit in the place to be rounded. We underline the digit to the right. Zari, the digit to the right is a 5. So what happens to that circled digit?
We make it higher.
Well, what do we do?
You let it soar.
Which means what? That doesn't tell me what to do with it. If I had no idea how to round, I'd be like, let it soar, make it higher. What do you mean? What do we do if the underlined digit is 5 or more? What do we do to the circle digit?
You would change the 8 to a 9 and then make all the zeros.
Okay, well hold on. We're going one step at a time, Zari. You're getting too ahead. I don't always have an 8 as my circle digit. So if my underlined digit is 5 or more, what do I do to my circle digit? Victoria? I add 1. So Zari, if I add 1 to my circle digit 8, what do I have?
9.
9. What happens to all the digits after the circle digit?
You would turn them all into zeros.
I would turn them into zeros. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 digits after my circle digit, which means I have 4 zeros. Zari, what is step 5? Sometimes I don't have to do it, but what is step 5? We still have to remember it.
Place the commas every 3 digits.
That's the last step, not step 5. What is the last step when we round? We don't always have to do it. Mason? Nope, that's what Zari just said, and I said that was not it. Step 1 is circle the digit in the place to be rounded. Step 2 is to underline the digit to the right. Step 3, if the underlined digit is 4 or less, add 0 to the circle digit. If the underlined digit is 5 or more, add 1 to the circle digit. Step 4 is all digits after the circle digit become zeros. Step 5, which we don't always have to do, is what? Step 1, circle the digit in the place to be rounded. Step 2, underline the digit to the right. Step 3, the underlined digit is 5 or more, so I add 1 to the circle digit. Step 4, all my digits after the circle digits become 0. Am I done? 127,042 rounds to 30,000. What is step 5 when we are rounding? Smith.
The number before
The digit.
the digit.
The digit before, not the
you bring it
number
down
before.
to your estimated number.
All of this is the number. Each piece are the digits. So what is step 5, Smith?
Bring the digit down before the place you rounded to your estimated number.
So the digits before the circle digit stay the same. The digits before the circle digit stay the same. Zari, do we have to do that with number 1?
No.
No. So remember, you don't always have to do step 5. But does that mean that you should forget it? No, because 127,042 does not round to 30,000. They are very, very far away from each other. It rounds to 130,000. Okay, now we need to put the commas every 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. 85,888 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is what, Zari?
Linda.
90,900.
Is it 90,900, Zari? 85,888 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is what, Zari?
90,000.
90,000, because remember, every digit after the circle digit becomes a 0. Yes, Zadie?
Do you want to see our red pins?
No, you can use your pencils because you don't turn this in. But make sure you fix it. Ethan, please pay attention. Number 2, 681,002 rounded to the nearest 10,000. Carla, step 1, what do we do?
Step 1 is to circle the bigger number.
We're not going to circle the bigger number. We only have one number here. Zadie, what's step 1?
Circle the place to be rounded.
Circle the digit in the place to be rounded. So which digit do I circle, Carla?
The 6.
The 6. Okay, what is step 2? Carla, remember, we're not circling the greatest digit or the greatest place because we're not always necessarily rounding to the greatest place. Like here, the example that we just did. The greatest place is the 100,000s, but it told us to round to the 10,000s. So we don't circle the greatest place. We circle the digit in the place to be rounded. Sometimes it's the greatest place value, sometimes it's not. Okay, Carla, what is step 2?
Underline the number beside
Not the number. This whole thing is the number. Each piece is the digit. So we circle the, sorry,
Underline the digit that needs to
underline the digit to the, sorry, please put your hand up. To the right or to the left?
to the right.
To the right. Okay, step 3. We've underlined an 8. What does that mean?
That means to add 1 to 6.
Add 1 to the, tell me the math way, not the number way, the word way. The underlined digit is an 8, which means we add 1 to the, because we don't always have a 6 here. The what?
The 100,000.
The circled digit, because we don't always have a 6, and we aren't always looking at the 100,000s place. So we add 1 to the circled digit, which means that 6 becomes a,
6 becomes a 7.
what is step 4?
To replace the number with
Not the
0.
number. Replace the
digits with 0.
which digits? Before or after the circle digit or all of them?
Before the circle number.
Do we have any digits before? And would we ever turn those to zeros?
No.
No. So which ones? Please make sure that you're paying attention to the question I'm asking. Everybody. Half the time I ask a question and you answer a completely different one.
After.
After. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. After the circle digit, that means I need 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what is step 5? Which sometimes I have to do, sometimes I don't. Carla? We just talked about it. Who can help her out? What is step 5? Sometimes we have to do it, sometimes we don't. Aaron? I can't hear you at all.
Is there a digit before
So before the circle digit. Any digits before the circle digit stay the same. Carla, do we have to do that step here?
No.
No, because there are none. So now let's put the commas every 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, we have 3, but we don't have anything before, so we don't need a comma. So that means, Carla, 681,002 rounded to the nearest hundred thousands is what?
700,000.
700,000. Okay, number 3, the students raised $6,784 for a new playground. To the nearest thousand, about how much money did the students raise? Mason, what is step 1? Can somebody help him out? What is step 1? Cullen?
Circle the digit that is being rounded.
Circle the digit. How do we know which digit is being rounded? We can't circle the digit that is being rounded. We have to circle the digit in the place we are rounding to. So Mason, step 1, circle the digit in the place we are rounding to, which is which digit? The 6. Step 2, Mason, which other digit? There's 3 other digits. But is it all? Are we always going to find the 7 and underline it? I don't have a 7 here. Who can help him out? Remember, you have to know the words, because if you only know the digits, if you say underline the 7, well then this is going to happen. Because you say you underline the 7, but you don't know why you're underlining it. So what is step 2? Zadie.
Underline the place to the right from the circle.
Underline the digit to the right. We've been using the same words every single time. So that means you should be using the same words every single time. So Mason, step 2 is to underline the digit to the right of the circle digit. Which digit is that? 7. Step 3, we have a 7 underlined. What does that mean we do?
You add 1 to the 6.
But what if I don't have a 6? Like here, what if I don't have a 6?
You add 1 to the
Can somebody help him out? What is step 3? If the underlined digit is 7, so that means we do what? Zari?
Add one more that we're at, but we're gonna add one more to the our regroup.
Okay, can somebody help her out with the exact words that we've been using every single time? Victoria.
We'll add 1 to the circle number.
Add one. This whole thing is a number.
To the circle digit.
Add 1 to the circle digit. So Mason, if we add 1 to the circle digit, what does that circle digit become? 7. Step 4. Add the 0. So 7 plus 0 plus, how do I know how many? And do I add 7 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0? Who can help him out? What is the exact word, the exact sentence that we use? Step 4 is to do what? Smith?
Change all the digits after the circle digit to zeros.
So we change all the digits after the circle digit to 0. How many digits do we have after the circle digit, Mason? 3. So how many zeros are we going to have at the end of our answer? 3. 1, 2, 3. Now step 5, which we don't always have to do, is what? Zadie?
If there's any digits before the circle digit, leave them the same.
So any digits before the circle digit stay the same. Do we have any digits before the circle digit, Mason? No. So do we have to do step 5? No. But now we do need to put the commas and the dollar sign. So 1, 2, 3. Dollar sign. So Mason, about how much money did the students raise? $7,000. Okay, let's do numbers 4 through 6. We're going to add. So Michaela, number 4, when we are adding, what's step 1? The exact same thing as multiplication, just with adding instead of multiplying. Add the ones. So Michaela, 9 plus 7? 16. Can we write 16 in the ones place? No, so which digit stays in the ones place? The 6. What happens to that 1? We regroup it to the 10s. Okay, Michaela, step 2. Add the 10s. So we just add the digits in the tens place. 5 plus 0 is 5 plus 0 is 5. This is what I'm telling you guys. You have to remember to add. If you're adding, you need to add in every place. If you're multiplying, you need to multiply in every place. Do not do a mixture. I know that you know how to add and I know that you know how to multiply. So that means if you're doing a mixture, you are going too fast and you are not paying attention to what you're doing. So again, Michaela, adding the 10s, 5 plus 0 is, what do we have to do with this regroup number? Add it. So 5 plus 0 is 5, plus 1 is 6. Step 3, add the hundredths. 7 plus 3 is 10. We can't put 10 in the hundredths place, but do we have a thousands place to regroup to? No, not in our problem. So we're just going to go ahead and put that 1 in the thousands place. Put our comma every 3 digits. 759 plus 307 is what, Michaela? 1066. Okay, number 5, 34,068 plus 6,055. Zadie, step 1. Add the ones. 8 plus 5? 13. We can't write 13 in the ones place. So we leave the 3, and we do what with the 1? I regroup it to the 10. Step 2. Add the 10. 6 plus 5? 6 plus 5?
11.
Then we add the regrouped 1? 12. Again, we have to regroup the 1 to the hundreds place. Step 3.
Add the 100.
0 plus 0?
0.
Plus 1?
1.
We can go ahead and bring down our comma. Step 4. Add the thousands. 6 plus 4?
10.
10. Can't write it in the thousands place, so we regroup the 1 to the thousands place. Step 5. Add the 10,000s. 3 plus nothing.
3.
Then we add the regroup number 1. 3 plus nothing is 3. Plus 1 is 4. So that means 34,068 plus 6,055 is 40,123. Remember, in addition and subtraction, we can just go ahead and bring the commas down. We cannot do that with multiplication and division because we just don't know. Okay, number 6. 242,607 plus 480,196. Smith, step 1.
Add the ones.
Add the 1. 7 plus 6 is
13.
13. We can't write 13 in the ones place, so we leave the 3 and we do what with the 1?
Regroup it to the tens place.
Okay, step 2.
Add the tens.
0 plus 9
9.
plus our regrouped 1,
10.
10, but we leave the 0 in the tens place and we do what with the 1?
Regroup it to the hundreds place.
Okay, step 3.
Add the hundreds.
6 plus 1
7.
plus our regrouped 1,
8.
8. We can go ahead and bring down our comma because in addition and subtraction it will line up. Step 4.
Add the thousands.
2 plus 0.
2.
Step 5.
Add the 10,000s.
4 plus 8.
12.
12, but we can't write 12 in the 10,000s place, so we leave the 2 and we regroup the 1 to the 100,000s place. Step 6.
Add the 100,000s.
2 plus 4
6.
plus our regrouped 1,
7.
7. So 242,607 plus 480,196 is what, Smith?
722,803.
722,803. Make sure all of these are correct. Use your... Okay, so the directions for numbers 7 and 8 say write a multiplication equation that represents each model. What type of models do we have here? What type of models do we have? Michaela? Arrays. Which means we're looking, our factors are the numbers of what? Rows and columns. Very good. Okay, Aaron, number 7. We have a grid array. What does our equation look like? 3 times 9, because there are 3 what? Remember? How do you plant bushes? In a row or in a column? And when you plant them, do you put one seed right on top of another? So these are, if they go sideways, they are rows. Because when you plant bushes, you plant them in a row. You don't put the seeds right on top of each other, otherwise only the first one's going to grow. Columns hold up a building. Can they hold up a building if they're sideways? So there are 3 what? Rows. And there are 9 what? Columns. If you have 9 times 3, are you wrong? If you have 9 times 3, are you wrong, class? Show me. No. Because of what? Michaela? The commutative property of multiplication, which says it doesn't matter what order you multiply the factors in. Okay? Now we have to have an answer. Aaron, 3 times 9 is what? 27. Remember, for arrays, the factors are the rows and columns. The answer is how many total pieces. Okay, number 8. Victoria. We have another array, so we're looking at rows and columns. What does the equation look like? 8 times 5, because there are 8 what? If I put rows, if I planted them right on top of each other, is that a row of plants? No, because how many plants is going to grow? Just the top one, maybe. And if you have one bush, can we say that's a row of bushes if there's just one? No, so there are 8 what? I can't hear you at all. There are 8 columns. Columns go up and down. They hold up a building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And there are 5 what? I can't hear you at all. There are 5 rows. Okay, 8 times 5 is what? 40. Because there are 40 what in this picture? There are 4 smiley faces. Now, if you have 5 times 8, are you wrong? No. But if you have some other numbers other than 8 and 5 as your factors, or 3 and 9 as your factors here, then yes, you are wrong. Okay, number 9, 40 times 9. Colin, do we have to set that up and down?
No.
No, why?
We can use basic facts and patterns.
We can use basic facts and patterns, which means what's the first thing we do?
Find our basic fact.
Find our basic fact, which is what?
4 times 9.
And that equals?
36.
36. Are we done?
No.
No, because what do we have to do next?
Add or 0.
Do we add them? 36 plus 0?
Oh, we put our 0 at the.
Where do we get the 0 from? How do we know how many to put? Where do we look? Come on, Colin. You got to put them into words. You got to put your thoughts into words. You knew how to get it. Where did it come from? Michaela? So we look for zeros at the end of our factors, right? You knew that. You've got to be able to put what you're thinking into words. That's the whole point of all these critical thinking questions. How many zeros are at the end of our factors, Colin?
1.
1. So how many zeros go at the end of our answer?
1.
1. So that means 40 times 9 is
360.
360. Number 10, 36 times 7. Zari, can we solve this one sideways?
Yes.
We can?
No.
No. Why?
Because we have to regroup on this one.
Not only are we going to have to regroup, but what else? What is it not? What can we not use? What can we not use, Victoria? Basic facts and patterns. So if we can't use basic facts because it's not a basic fact, or we can't use basic facts and patterns because it's a basic fact with some zeros at the end, can we solve it sideways? So even if we didn't have to regroup, we'd still have to put it up and down, unless it is a problem where you can just use basic facts, or a problem where you can use basic facts and patterns. So we're going to come to the side and write it up and down. Okay, Zari, step 1.
Multiply the ones.
6 times 7 is
42.
42. We can't put 42 in the ones place, so what do we have to do? We leave which
Regroup.
digit? What digit do we leave in the ones place?
The 6.
The 6. Zari, what is 6 times 7?
The 2.
The 2. What happens with the 4?
We regroup it to the tens
We
place.
regroup it to the tens place. Okay, step 2.
Add multiply the tens.
Multiply the tens. Ethan, please sit and focus. 7 times 3 equals what, Zari?
21.
21. Do we put 21 down here?
No.
No, because what do we have to do with this regroup 4?
Add it.
Add it. So 7 times 3 is 21, plus 4 is
25.
25. So that means 36 times 7 is,
352.
what is it?
252.
252. Slow down, guys. Okay, go ahead. Let's look at the back. Okay, so the directions say, use the review vocabulary to complete each section of the bubble map. Write a sentence about or an example for each word. I'm sure all of you just put an example because you didn't feel like thinking. And that's just how this is, and that's not good. Or you didn't feel like putting your thoughts into words. So for equation, who did a sentence? Zadie?
Do you want to say the sentence? Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The equation is the multiplication. The equation is the problem, the multiplication.
Is it always multiplication, though? Is an equation always multiplication?
No.
No, because what else could it be?
It could be addition, subtraction, and division.
So the equation is, you should be writing this if you wrote words, because the best way is in words and pictures. And numbers. Because if you just look at the numbers, does that necessarily tell you what it is? Not necessarily. The equation is the multiplication addition, subtraction, you're going to have to write small, or division problem. And Zadie, can you give me a number example? You may not have had this, but can you give me a number example? So we have the sentence. Now give me an example.
3 plus 4.
Is that all of it?
Equals 7.
Equals 7. So 3 plus 4 equals 7 is an example of an equation. Okay, well, I just picked your 6, so. Okay, product. Who has a sentence for product? Zari.
The product is your answer to a multiplication problem.
Okay, so the product is the answer to a multiplication problem. Zari, can you come up quickly with an example? So there's the sentence. Can you quickly come up with an example for product?
5 times 7 equals 35.
5 times 7 equals 35. Okay? Is that it?
No, then you would circle your answer in your problem.
Good. So I would circle that 35 because that is the product of 5 times 7. Okay, decompose. Who has a sentence for decompose? Aaron, loudly so we can hear you.
When you decompose,
That's okay.
when you decompose, if you have a two-digit number,
Okay, who can help her out? Who has a sentence? Carla?
Decomposing is when you take a big number and break down.
Okay, good. So decomposing, I'm going to add a little bit to that. Decomposing is breaking down a larger number into its places. So, let's see. So, Carla, can you give me an example of that happening? Give me a larger number.
47.
47. And now if we decompose that, what does that look like?
40 plus 7.
40 plus 7. So we have a sentence and we have an example. Okay, last one, factor. Who has a sentence for factor? Somebody who hasn't answered yet. Victoria?
a factor is a number that you multiply on
You got real quiet and mumbly at the end, so I have no idea what you said at the end. I heard you say the factor is, and then,
the factor.
go ahead.
The factor is a number that, a number that you multiply in a multiplication problem.
Okay, factors are the numbers you multiply. So there's a sentence. Victoria, give me an example.
7 times 3. 7 times 3. Equals 21. And then we circle 7 and 3.
Okay. Very good. So make sure you have that. Then go ahead and close your book. Put it away. And get out your vocab notebook.